Well, it's that time of year. We're a lot going on. I guess first I would probably like to recognize in the room we've got our tournament chair, Tori Kranz, and our tournament vice chair, Ross Miller. Last year we were celebrating Tom Long's year as tournament chair. So Tori and Ross are here. And if anybody has any questions for them afterward, I would assume they would be around. It's always a fun time of year when everything builds for one big event. We're in that time where we're starting to see a lot more of our members and our volunteers. There's a lot of planning going on, and it's a fun time of year. As you can see outside, the build gets bigger and bigger every year. This will be our biggest build ever, and is well along, in good shape from a timing standpoint. I think a little ahead of schedule. And to Tyler's point, we would like to keep the weather good so that we remain ahead of schedule. So, nice to have our defending champs join us. I probably should have talked about it a little bit with them on the call, but Ben ended up with 3 wins last year for the year, 2 second place finishes, made the Ryder Cup team, ended up in the top 10 in the world. Obviously, that's a heck of an accomplishment. Andrew played very solid all year, reached top 30 in the world, and then had a win at the end of the year in the Grant Thornton mixed team championship with Lauren Coughlin. As Andrew said, he achieved the modern Grand Slam of team golf. So winning the team here and then at the Grant Thornton. But I think that success, the team format has really brought a great list of champions. Very proud. I think the format, the golf course, has really identified so many of the best players in the world. And you look at our list of champions since we went to the team format, I would put our list of winners against any other tournament there is. We've identified good people, and certainly nice to see Ben and Andrew go on to some big things. I know, as mentioned with some of the questions, there's some uncertainty in professional golf right now. We had a full 4Kids membership meeting last week, and the one thing I told them was that one thing of certainty that I know is that our members and our volunteers are going to show up, and they're going to execute another great event. As you walk around during tournament week and you see all the different things that go on, it is a lot of activity. There are so many different venues and programs and operations going on during the golf tournament, and it takes so many people to dedicate themselves and take ownership in those things and run them. And our membership and our volunteers do a phenomenal job of that. And I've done that for a long time, and I'm just so proud about what they do. I know they take a lot of pride in the fact that we raised and distributed $3.6 million for children's charities last year. Record number. That's an awful lot of money. I would say they raised $3.6 million, and that brings our total for the last 10 years to just under $25 million. Knowing where we're going to be results-wise this year, I know that our rolling 10-year number will be over 25 after this year. So, again, our members and our volunteers take a lot of pride in the impact that we have. We're impacting the lives of kids, and they are very, very proud of that. I think a lot of our fans, we talk internally. I don't know that we do the job that we should in making sure everybody knows that our proceeds go to charity. But when people are out having a good time, enjoying a golf tournament, I hope that they realize that all of our proceeds go to charity, and it's not just about the fun they have here, but it's the money we give away on the back end that has such an impact. It was mentioned briefly with the guys. The schedule this year has changed some. There was a signature event that was added into our run, and this year we have a run of 6 weeks where there are 5 majors or signature events, and that's a challenge. It's a tough deal. It would be disingenuous of me to stand here in front of you and tell you it's not going to have an impact on our field. It will. But that said, we're still going to have a lot of names that are very recognizable, names that we know, and we're still chasing a lot of guys who will be very, very impactful. A little tougher to sell them. A lot of the guys that I've talked to who say, we love the format. We love what you do for us at the golf course. We love the city and the fun that we have. I love Ben and Andrew's attitude that, we try to sell it. It's a fun week. It's not, unless you're coming down the stretch with a chance to win, you don't have the same level of stress that you have at other tournaments. So we're still out chasing, but as normal, we want to put the focus today on our defending champs. And then very shortly, you'll start to see announcements of teams, and we've got some good ones we're going to start to roll out, and just roll them out all the way to tournament time. So you'll start to see that coming up. As it relates to fans, sales are rolling. Sales are well ahead of what they were last year, and that was a record year. I would hope as some of the discussion about schedule and its impact has on us, that we've built some equity. We're going to have a little more of a challenge, but we have been told, and Zurich has been told, that the schedule will free up for next year. So knowing that we'll be back in a better position next year is certainly good to hear. Hope we get a little bit of grace this year with the tough circumstances we have, and that we'll be back to where we've been next year. Talk about the future. I know there are a lot of big plans. I think the tour's trying to figure out where they want to go. There are a lot of constituents to satisfy in that process, and a lot of rumors floating around. I don't think they fully know where they're going to go yet. I don't know that the changes for 27 are going to be major, but certainly talk about where things are going, and I feel good about where we are. There's talk about bigger TV markets and bigger markets in general. We're a great event city. We punch above our weight, and for this year and going forward, we're going to continue to control what we can control, which is putting on the best event possible. We keep our players happy. And a big part of that is continuing the positive trend in revenue growth that we've had. That's something that the tour focuses on, and we want to make sure that we continue that trend. While we chase players, we also focus on our product. We very proud of what we do, what our members and our volunteers execute from a product standpoint. Food and beverage is always such a big focus with us. The Louisiana Hospitality Foundation is an incredible partner. They are now providing food at 7 venues on property. They have 39 different restaurants that are serving food on property. It's a heck of an operation, and they do it very, very well, and it has a huge impact on so many of our customers.